the comics live stream on Sunday. Well, and I will always do this live stream, um, unless there's really, really a big reason why not to do it. And maybe you can hear it. Hopefully, you can't very much, but I'm very sick. I wasn't sounding that bad earlier. I think it's just maybe I'm judging myself more. I have my tea though, so that will help. Let's talk about a little about maybe I'm gonna make it up. I thought about what I was gonna talk about in this live stream this time because I tried to make it very loose, very not to not think about it too much, to just do it. I don't want to get paralyzed. The point of this live stream is to get over myself and to, even if the whole week I do nothing, it's so easy. This habit is so easy to keep that um, that I do it every week and keeps me accountable. And I see like, oh, I haven't done anything of comics, or I should be doing way more, etc. So I don't want to ever complicate it. Every time someone starts to madly seem to be suggesting something that makes it harder to do, I'm like, no. It's been working. One of the very, very few things I've been managing to be. I'm like super consistent about this whole year. I need to correct this. Well, let's forget that I have added to the steps I do. Hey, revise and edit and correct your comic. But yeah. And there's always obviously suggestions on how to make people watch this more, but I'm more excited about making YouTube videos that people will watch. The live stream, I'm very happy when people arrive, of course, but if nobody arrives, it's fine, because the point is to progress on this. Okay, and I should show you. So, this is my comic, Winter Secrets. Is going to be published at some point next year. Not this year. I doubt it will be this year. I have to have enough pages in a buffer before I feel confident. But yeah, something that I forgot to do. I wrote this story, and then you get so slow with the pages sometimes that you forget important elements. And because I do the storyboards as I get to the part of the script they're in, it feels like I do need to refresh. And one of the things I need to refresh, and I will show you for sure, is the effects of living in isolation for a long enough period of time. There are normal things like, you talk to animals or inanimate objects, way more maybe, and you have difficulty talking to people when they're actually there. And I'm not trying to be super accurate to real life, of course. It's a story. But I do have to make it more or less believable. So, I will explore this and also post it on Instagram, I guess. So I'm trying to follow essentialism a little because I have tried in the past so many things and I have wanted to be everywhere, and that has been very overwhelming. Um, I have tried to just, as an artist, you're recommended to be in Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, and Facebook, and Discord, and I don't know, like 1,000, and Twitter, X now, Blue Sky, Threads. God, there's so many. And I know from experience that if I try to do everything, I will just go insane. So I'm trying to think that once I start being a little bit more active, right now I can't, but I will soon-ish. I should try to think only of the social media that I see more results in, or that, I don't know, makes some sense to me. And I'm deciding YouTube. On one hand, I think it's very, very good. But I do need somewhere to funnel the YouTube audience to, because right now everything is in hiatus, which is embarrassing. But not terribly embarrassing, but life happens. So YouTube at some point. Um, and Instagram, because historically, and many of my biggest, let's just call it teammates, supporters, who knows, are there. I know that growing in Instagram is very hard, especially if you're not gonna do reels. Oh, because I don't plan to do reels unless I have time to spare, which I have a hierarchy of, hey, comic production goes first, and then social media. Like, don't forget the comic production, because I think we can get distracted so much. Again, another thing of the digital, digital minimalism thing that I love is thinking consciously, like, okay, oh, there's this new Instagram trend or this new comic contest. Will I do it? I don't know. Probably the comic contest, probably not, because I do want to finish this comic with my own rules. And I don't want to interrupt it ever again. I want to fucking be able to finish it instead of joining every contest under the sun. It's also because I have long stories, maybe, and that's my fault. It's very good to start with one shots for sure, or to do one shots maybe. It's a less daunting task, but I have started this comic so long ago. I just need to finish all of them. But don't worry, I'll definitely be more active. I think I'm gonna be able to start being more active on by the end of maybe September. Let's say September. And I'm very excited about doing something. Let's say I have many pages of comics, right? And then I start scheduling them for, let's say, the end of 2027. And then every social media post I do goes from that date backwards a little. Not exactly, I don't know, but to be super ready for the launch, to feel like the posts are purposeful instead of just it's not that posting in social media is not it's not inherently purposeful, I guess. what I'm trying to say is like you do have to have a funnel, like somewhere where that attention is gonna be directed to, and I think that's very exciting. Yeah. Mm-hmm. I'm so glad I have good internet right now. Goodness. I was in an Airbnb last for the last month, and they were amazing. They were so sweet and attentive. They even gave us cookies when they like welcome cookies. Let's say. And they were great. They were clearly doing everything they could to have a high score, and to, I don't know, just be kind, I guess. And for sure they deserve it. But sadly, and I still give them 5 stars for sure. But the internet, my goodness, it was very infuriating, and that's crazy because if you work, like if you have an Airbnb, you do have to make sure the internet is good. Like there are many things that are luxuries that you can live without, but especially if you work at home, good internet is kind of vital. However, I couldn't blame them that much because I know that it's also Mexico. I live in Mexico. I have lived in Mexico my whole life, and it's always an issue. So the only thing I do think they could have gotten better, and of course I'm gonna suggest this to them, I don't know, privately or how, is like if you have your modem in the Airbnb, then the guests that are prepared enough, like me, we can connect our Ethernet cable so it's faster. Like right now, I'm connected to the Wi-Fi. Do you think I was gonna just trust that the signal is gonna cross these walls when it's raining? Because every time it rains in Mexico, there's issues. Um, I think it's because of our magical cables. Like, if you search for cables in Mexico, like the way they're organized, it's just so much fun. I have a lot of fun showing my American partner, like, hey, look at that. And it somehow works, and it's part of the fun. Oh, my dear Mexico. Yeah, I was irritated because I mean I kind of do need to work, and you know that these people that are working very hard on their Airbnbs and stuff, they're paying for top notch internet. And still, it was very the most annoying internet I have had in an Airbnb, which I think maybe I'm being unfair. However, you know how I talked about the other luxuries you can live without? They had like everything. They had even a coffee machine. Um, they were very, very attentive about everything. So, hello, Akiso. Yeah, I was, I'm sick, definitely. How are you? How have you been doing? God, I hate that. You can hear it on my. I think the mic. No, it's not the microphone. But the funny thing about microphones that people that do content creation, which is almost everyone, I guess, these days, but do you notice how the microphone can pick up more sounds than most of the time we humans sometimes do? Or it's not like we cannot hear it, but ever since I do content creation, when I'm hearing to a podcast, especially a high quality podcast, and I notice that the person is sorry, the person has like a saliva problem. It's annoying because you can actually hear that. And that's why it's super important to hydrate as well. Dry mouth makes content creators be sounding awful. I guess it's maybe also me thing. I have never heard anyone complain about this. This is me hating the little sounds. And only in this particular topic. I know there are people that do have an actual problem with any little sound. How are you? Did you get annoyed? Well, I forgot what I was talking about. But this is gonna be a problem. Oh, whatever. What we were talking about else. Okay, give me 1 minute. It's gonna be great when we have the work with me streams and I don't have to talk about anything except on the breaks with people and because my brain really is a little disconnected when I'm drawing, coloring. Okay, but yeah, I was saying how maybe this comic will be published by next year to have enough of a buffer. And I was considering if I was gonna be writing on May more actively on the other comic that I have about this girl spy. But I decided against it also on the principle of minimalism or essentialism and trying to just focus on one comic at a time. Also, I can rest at ease because honestly, my both comics that I'm trying to finish, both I already started, I already have like an outline. Obviously, this one is way more finished, but it's not like I'm starting from zero. So I just imagine, hey, let's say I finish this comic, I'm trying to learn how to print and publish. Maybe even do a Kickstarter, I don't know. Learning about those things because I don't know. Deciding what my feelings are on the matter. Obviously, publish this online for free. Rebuilding an audience on comics specifically. And I guess my main, let's call it social media sites, it would be then YouTube, Instagram, and then do comic sites count as social media sites. Like I can say two more sites, and let's say that's already four social medias. I don't know if, I guess it's not really social media, unless, I mean, one of the sites I really want to publish in Tapastic because that's where I started, and I love the layouts and stuff. So I guess the Tapastic forum could be a social media. Who knows? Maybe I'll count it as one, honestly. So then I will make a video at one point of what my plan would be. Trying to be super minimalistic about it. To not get distracted by any shiny objects that come my way. Yeah, I remember I was even excited about what was the new Kara, I think. And then I was like, oh right, another social media I have to learn and build and do like 1,000 things. So I was like, I'm just gonna choose, I think, like 3 social medias, let's say, which YouTube is already demanding when I actually start consistently again. I'm gonna literally prioritize focus and energy. Like, I have been very careful about how my schedule will be when I have more time to be more of an artist, which will be soon. So this redhead girl, oh fuck, well, whatever. So she's called Elena. In the original version, she was called Yelena because it's a kind of, there's a specific word in Spanish. No, in English, am I remembering? Who knows? I'm gonna focus on one panel right now. Or the mistakes of one, at least. Because my brain really is struggling. I was having this. So this flu has been so annoying. Which is normal. But I had never had so much throat pain before. And I love tea, which helps a lot. I am a little annoyed about that because I do have fun with the fact that people that hate tea have to take them. I mean, we all have. No, I will just stop myself. But people that do not like tea, which is fair, but it helps so much when you're sick with the symptoms. So much. Presumably they take something else, but my god, how it helps. And usually that's very effective, but yeah, this time my throat was really struggling. It was in so much pain, and swallowing was hard. And thank goodness it's going away and already starting to heal. How have you been? Oh, no, it's loading. The messages were not loading before. I'm sorry. I don't know why. Sagisu says, I'm over on Kara for the calm and quiet community. It's not as fast paced, but that's actually a draw. It sounds awesome, honestly. Honey in tea really helps the throat. Yeah, I agree. It's wonderful. Cracking Head says, I will resist tea with my dying breath. I know. It's fine. As long as you can breathe, you're fine. Yeah, I was being suggested Blue Sky. For comics, I was listening to the Comics Hub podcast, I think it was. And they were suggesting Blue Sky, and I was trying it, and it feels fucking awful in my phone. It was like, okay, I was willing to try it, but it cannot be that it's 2026 and it's so in my phone. It's so glitchy, slow. Goodness, no, I can't. My anger issues can't. Maybe if I do it only on the laptop. But yeah, I should consider Kara actually. So I'm deciding what will the third social media will be, because I guess it's YouTube, Instagram. What else? And Kara could be a good option, I guess. So one of the recommendations that I do think is very relevant is that you cater to your strengths or what you already like. It's like there was a moment where I really like editing YouTube videos, and even when I'm working as a freelancer for as a video editor, there was a moment where I was trying to learn how to do shorts because the demand. But then it's like I know how to do YouTube videos, and once I started to market those, I had very good responses because I actually had a portfolio, let's say, um, of my own YouTube videos. So sometimes doing what you find enjoyable and easy is actually the right choice because you can do so much of it with more interest, passion, and whatever. So, Kara, yeah, I think I was gonna do Blue Sky as the third social media, but once I tried it out and saw that it was so awful on my phone, maybe we'll go for Kara. Something I love about YouTube is once you're active, even if you're not posting every day, your old videos can still help you. Like every time you post, it's worth it. It's not like it's gonna get lost on a vacuum. And I have had so many visitations on my comics because of videos. And it's so sad because they're in hiatus. And I really like YouTube, so I think YouTube, definitely. I'm so excited about going back. I don't know if it's gonna be a every week kind of thing. I have to get settled and figure out a rhythm, so could be like every month thing at the beginning. But the main thing is I don't want to lose sight of doing the comic. The comic goes first. The social media goes second, 100%. And I already made a schedule of how I'm gonna achieve this. Um, And I know with everything I'm a little slow. So I don't know yet what my speed will be when I have way more time than what I have right now. But I'm just gonna observe. I have a Notion full of project management stuff, let's say, where I keep track of when I started a page, when I'm finishing it. And I have never been super consistent with it because, of course, it takes me so many days and I'm progressing like very, very little in each page. And that's fine. But it's gonna be way more useful on September, let's say. Let's call it September. Hello, Curious Comics. Panel's looking good. Thank you so much. So I think I'll give the stream like 5 to 10 minutes more because I do have so much laundry to do. You know, I also think when I'm the happiest is when I'm progressing the comic quickly. Uh, which was my life when I was a little girl and I had way less obligations. But then, even if I have the time, if I want to draw comics daily, my body hurts terribly. And it does scare me because the hernia thing could get worse always at any moment if I overdo it. So sometimes I feel like I get punished for drawing. Like, you know how to keep a habit, it has to be satisfying and stuff. And I love drawing, and then my body hurts terribly, and then I cannot draw, which sucks. So I try to do something where if I do a lot of drawing in a day and I do have lots of time the next day, then that's when I do social media, that's when I do maybe formatting the comic. I try to not have this position of grabbing a pen. So that way I'm still, following my dreams in a way, or my goals, whatever that is. But I keep my body healthy enough to continue drawing. Curious Comics says, if only we could pause life with a switch. It would be amazing, right? God, I'm glad that I used the time when I was little. It was awesome. I would draw obsessively just because it was fun. I didn't know that as an adult I wouldn't have that much time. Though again, maybe I will have some of the time back and the rest. The thing is, I'll get more free time, but the health is already a little ruined. So, but we'll make it work. Now that I'm coming back a little bit more to the digital minimalism, um, which is not terribly hard for me to do for my generation, maybe. Because sometimes I talk with my friends who are a little older than me, like at least 5 years. and they seem to use the phone even less than I do. I feel even more. I feel like my goals to them are just like, oh yeah, that's normal. Because the topic is, and I do want to make a YouTube video like this. How are you a digital minimalist when you also have to, at one point, like if you have a comic and you want to promote it on social media, you cannot be completely without, I don't know, um, social media and all of that stuff. So how do you balance it? And I think it's about creating rules, but also enjoying it. Like in this period of my life where I cannot draw as much as I want to, yet I do enjoy seeing Instagram over other social media because I don't know, it makes me see artists. Because my algorithm is full of artists, and it makes me inspired to want to continue the comic, to draw. My feed is very catered to make me want to draw. I'm very, very conscious about algorithm trading. And that's why I have so many YouTube accounts, which I take it as almost TV channels. There's this account when I want to just study and work and I do not want to get distracted. Literally every video that's suggested to me is something like study with me, or I see lots of people working hard, so it makes me want to work hard. And I do not get super terribly distracted. And even if I take a break watching a YouTube video, it's literally watching someone study. So, so I'm already in the mood or in the headspace to continue studying. Then I have a YouTube channel. It's not really a channel, it's just a YouTube account. Where I watch trash and whatever goes. And then I have a YouTube account where everything writing or art related is. And then, I mean, right now I'm not doing that, but when I was learning Korean, briefly, even though I also want to learn the Japanese, one very far away day, only if I achieve the other goals. But yeah, I had a YouTube account that was only in Korean, or the target language. I like that pose. Curious Comics says, I like that pose, Helena with the rifle. Thank you so much. I've been paying more attention to rifles and their position, thanks to your comment last week. I've been rewatching a little bit The Walking Dead with my partner. I mean, I have already watched many seasons, and I read the comic. At least started. Both things, I guess. I went very far with the comic, but I wasn't really paying attention that much because I was not producing my comic. So now I'm paying attention every time they're using their shotguns. I'm like, okay. So that's how. I do feel like you start to pay so much attention to things once you're producing a comic. Once you're actually drawing, it's your brain is gonna be more attentive. Oh, I should really go because, God, there's so much laundry. And I will continue coloring for sure, but without, God, I'm stepping on little drawings. I'm organizing my sketchbooks and a lot of stuff because I'm decluttering. And there's a lot I haven't gone over. Okay, well, thank you so much for watching and drawing, hopefully. with me. I hope your projects are doing well. Excuse me. Sorry. God, I'm about to cough again. No. I'm sorry I was sick, but well, we showed up, right? Good luck, and I'll see you next Sunday, hopefully. Bye!